We're now going to do a few demonstrations to show the effect of the Cunningham on the leach of the sail, in effect opening up the top of the leach. And in the absence of wind and water, what we've done is put the boat on its side, and we're just using the weight of the sail to approximate the wind force in the sail. And as we pull the Cunningham on, you will see the leach lower. This will have an effect on where the boom is relative to the center line of the boat. And some of the video will be taken from the back of the boat with it on its side. And in the final cut, that video will be moved 90 degrees so the boat appears to be vertical, but it's all going to be done with it horizontal. The setup right now has no Cunningham on at all. The main sheet is set up so that the boom is right in line with a straight line up from the transom. Throughout this video, I'm going to talk about the boom being over the corner. And by that I mean the extension of the boom going down at right angles should be on the very corner of the boat. If the boom is further outboard than that, you lose your ability to hold your height. If the boom is inside that point, you run a serious risk of stalling the bottom of the sail, and neither of those are productive. So the mantra is boom over the corner. This sail has been set up. The main sheet tension is such that the boom is over the corner. There's no Cunningham on, and we have here the maximum power that this sail will ever have. It's a deep sail, not a lot of mast bend, the leach is tight, and in fact, a shot from the top will probably show you that the leach is virtually in a straight line with no twist. If you look down the leach, you'll notice that this leach is almost in a straight line between the top of the mast and the tip of the boom. Also, note how full the sail is. It has a lot of power. The curve is a very deep curve, as you can see, and the sail will never be more powerful.
Yep.
Excuse the bench, but you'll see that a straight line up from the corner of the transom is pretty well in the center of the boom, and that boom is said to be over the corner. The way the sail is set up now, it's set up for maximum power, and it's set up to what we call the design wind of the boat. The design wind is an expression used to describe those conditions in which the weight of the skipper, that's the optimum weight for the boat, in this case it's about 59 to 60 kilograms, is fully powered up and does not have to start depowering the boat in winds of around 10 to 12 miles an hour. Now, as the wind increases beyond the design wind, something has to happen or the sailor cannot support this powerful a sail. So they have to start depowering, and I showed you earlier that the way it's done in the Bight is to do it with the Cunningham. And as I start to pull the Cunningham on, two things are going to happen. The mast is going to bend, the leach of the sail is going to open, but at the same time, because the mast is bending, the distance between the tip of the mast and the boom shortens, and the boom is going to start going out. And I'm going to start pulling now. You can see the boom going out, and at the same time, the leach of the sail is opening and the sail is flattening. We'll repeat that. As we pull the Cunningham on, you start to see the mast bending. At the same time, you'll notice the leach falling away. And also, you take a look at the battens, you'll see that the battens have become almost flat, and do become flat when you put the last bit of Cunningham on. This sail is now completely depowered, and in fact there's enough spring left in the mast that if a puff hits you at this point, the leach will open further and the mast will bend further to compensate for that puff, and then will return to the position it's in now. The boom has fallen outboard. It's no longer over the corner. So now, although the sail is set up for to handle a lighter person, not nearly as powerful as we saw it, sailing with the boom in that position would not be quick. You would not be able to keep your height. And now we have to get the boom back over the corner. And there are two ways to do it. The first is simply to pull on the main sheet, which I'm going to do. But if I use the main sheet to get the boom in, look what's happening to the leach. What I just accomplished with the Cunningham, I'm defeating by pulling the boom in, because I need so much main sheet tension to get the boom over the corner that I've closed the leach up again. So what we want to do is leave that twist in the sail and get the boom up over the corner in a different way, as I'm showing with my hand, with a minimum amount of load on the leach. And there's only one way to do it. You do it with a traveler. There I'm pulling the boom to weather, but I have not tightened up the leach. So I've got my boom over the corner now. I still have a soft leach. The top is open, but now I've got my height back because the boom is over the corner. Boats do not point on the top part of the sail. Boats point on the lower 1/3. These are the wind indicators and the woolies that you all sail on. That's what you steer the boat on. And in fact, this is the area you point with. And by pointing, I don't mean necessarily the direction in which the boat is aimed, but how well you're holding your height with the boat next to you. The top doesn't do that for you. The top turns you over or powers you up. The bottom and the position of the boom are what give you your height. We're going to take a look at the boom now from the back. All right, so here we are. We've depowered the sail. We've now pulled the boom back in so that it's over the corner. But we did it not by pure main sheet tension. We did it so that we had the minimum amount of main sheet tension and no bang. And we did it by taking the traveler to weather. And as you can see, traveler now is about 8 inches up to weather. And so there's not as much download on the boom as there would be if the traveler was in the middle. And this is the configuration in which a lighter person sails the boat when the wind gets to be beyond the design wind for their weight. This does not mean that everybody that sails the boat is going to sail it in that configuration. If you are heavier and you can afford to hold the power which is in the main, you do not depower as much with the Cunningham, and the main sheet will probably be closer to the center line of the boat than it will be for a lighter person. In all wind conditions, the lighter person will never sail this boat with the traveler below the center, and in most cases will sail with it well to weather. The highest point will be in very light air, and the next highest point will be in very heavy air. When it gets down toward the design wind for the boat, the person will have the traveler virtually in the middle of the boat, as we started out on this demonstration.